it was really kind of troubling to watch because everyone just got home from this night out. Everyone is very drunk, not more than normal below deck crew drunk, but like really
kind of more than normal. Natalie and I were talking about it. We were watching it and we're like, why are they so ripped? And if you saw, they kept ordering rounds of tequila shots, and hard liquor fast and furious in a short amount of time can really put you over the edge. Many of them, it seemed, were at like blackout. I mean, literally, Luke supposedly said later that he didn't remember. He blacked out. Margot blacked out. Like, she was nurtured and carried up to her bed basically by the other gals and said, go to sleep. And, you know, she doesn't even really remember the evening. And so it's like, it was just a bit, it was crazy.
It was a bit much. You know, I was shocked too. And Bailey, I want to know what you think about this. Like, Aisha's intuition, her, like, as a woman, saw something.
Yeah.
Did you see it on camera?
1000%. Let me tell you, there are two types of ladies in this world. So when I go out with my girlfriends, after a few margaritas, let's say, I go to the bathroom and there's usually other women in that bathroom. And most of them are adjusting my hair if I have something crazy. They're like, oh, you have toilet paper on your shoe. Oh my gosh, does anyone have a tampon? What have you? Those are called girls, okay? The other type of female is a Laura. They are not an ally. They don't look out for you. They're the one banging your boyfriend in front of you, okay? There are two types of women, and I saw Aisha be one, and I saw Laura be another. And I 100%. I mean, I wasn't there physically, right, to know like the Luke vibes. I'm sure she felt something like very different than what I, like, as a viewer I was watching. But even from a distance, based on what he was saying throughout the last few episodes, in the car, he was cuddling Margot, took off his shirt. I don't know if you guys noticed that. He took off his shirt in the back of the car while holding her. I was like,
he also took it off on the dance floor before that. Like, he kept taking his shirt off every, like, basically after he put it on, he would then take it back off.
I'm going to put my shirt on and take it off and be cool. I also didn't love the position, you know, like, I mean, they were both inebriated, so who knows? But the position that, like, she was in his lap in the van, and it's just like, why don't you just push her up, or like put her on your shoulder, maybe not like in your crotch. And he was very comfortable with that, and that kind of gave me vibes. Like, there were a few moments leading up to this that gave me like really bad vibes from Luke, for sure.
I don't know, call me old fashioned. I'm the kind of guy who thinks it's fun when the girl's with it and wanting it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get this whole. It is a different mindset of a guy who can take advantage of that. It's gross.
That situation.
It's disgusting. And it's like, as a father too, like, I have a 5-year-old little boy and a 2-year-old, almost 3-year-old little girl. I'm worried like crazy for her. And I'm also like hypersensitive, like things I say and how I'm raising my son. And it's just scary. And it's only getting scarier because I feel like in the culture, like, I don't know, the objectifying of each other in general is being like ratcheted up. And like, I don't know, I sound like such a prude, but like things aren't special or sacred like they used to be. I mean, the fact where a dude like Luke can go out and kind of expect something on a first date, and some girls will be totally down, just bums me out. Like, I'm like, where are we as a society? Like, have we progressed? Is this progressing? Like, is this good for us as our soul, as a general population? I don't think so. I really don't.
I listen, we're this is why we have shows like Below Deck, Down Under. Totally. Because it never progresses, you know, it just gets worse, apparently.
I honestly thought Gary's comment about the period was the maddest I'd ever be, and very wrong. This is the maddest I've ever been.
Very soon after. I mean, I don't know if there's something to the formula. I don't know what it is they're trying to do with these certain situations, but I thought the way this situation, again, like we said before, was handled was a little more appropriate. You know, we saw producers intervened very, very quickly on Luke. And when I noticed it was going to be a problem, a big problem, is when he got up and got so mad. And you could see it in his face. I have a photo. You could really see just how angry and aggressive he was in his face to close the store on producers.
And he kept saying, oh, no, F them, like, you ruined my, I had a good thing going there. Like, it was really
Look
evil.
at her.
It was like evil.
Look at her. She's not there. And then he asked her too right before, how you feeling, Margot? And she, you know, she wasn't feeling well. He said, are you a 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10? She said a 10. I want to sleep.
Yeah.
That means get the hell out of my bed.
KC brings up a really good point. I'm still disgusted by Luke kissing Margot without her consent. The first night out. Oh, yes, I totally forgot.
Another example of
the behaviors, the tallying of behaviors. Yeah, I mean, it's insane. He made a comment in that same night. Let's see if I can get you alone. Come cuddle me. Like all of these things. And by the way, Laura was doing a lot of these same things throughout the night.
We'll get to her. We are definitely going to get to her.
Like, it's hard not to like draw the line between the two because there were very similar behaviors, but
so unexpected too. Yeah, go ahead, Josh.
I was just gonna say, Jason, tackle these 2 super chats because I think we definitely should highlight these.
Absolutely. TT Doll, thank you again for the super chat. Did you hear Laura said that she had lovers around the world? I bet she is stalking them. There can only be one way she has lovers all over the world. She has proved it on this boat. It is just really pure stalking. Do you know? And thank you again, TT Doll. Those eyes are pure evil, Black. I assume.
Yeah, she was referring to that photo. Yeah.
That one?
No, Jason, go to the one where he's. I think she's referring. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, those eyes weren't. Those eyes were gone. They were gone long before. You know what was quite interesting too about Laura? I forgot my train of thought here, but is I just wasn't expecting that. You know, we had watched her like kind of just it's gotten so annoying that I'm annoyed as a viewer watching her, but she did issue an apology on social media, I think today or yesterday, saying that she apologized for maybe not seeing what was actually happening or maybe not being aware. But I'm like, really, the proof is in the pudding, and the pudding was in your face.
You were told exactly what happened. Don't give me this. You didn't see it. You were told.
Did Jason not sit the crew down and have a discussion?
So let's work through the timeline. And so this incident happens. You know, it's very serious too when the producers are breaking the fourth wall, excuse me. They don't like to be seen. They don't want to be shown. They don't want you to know there's producers. They want you to feel like we are spying on a crew and there's not cameras there. It's not a TV show. We happen to be catching them in raw moments. The truth of the matter is this is a production with a huge team. I mean, Captain Sean has already told us there's literally a second yacht right outside this yacht with a huge production crew. And they're doing like, there's so many people. When they have to step in front of the camera to save a crew member and stop something like this from happening, wow, have you have crossed a line. And so we see that's what the end of the first episode, the first half, I should say, of this mega episode ends with the crew going, hey, Luke, you need to open the door. You can't do this. You can't do this. And they had teased us with that. We didn't know what it was. I thought it was going to be he got in a fight or something. He seemed like a hothead.
Right, yeah.
I didn't know that they were essentially saving a girl from being assaulted. But they step in front, and then they pull him out. They make him leave. And thank goodness they stayed there until he was in the clear. Also, I'm just curious, was it coincidental the power went out, or did he trip it out? That's one I didn't get.
Some people have been saying something because they said it wasn't the power that was supplying the boat. It wasn't the power on land that went out. So I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that was strange. It's almost like he pulled the inside, tripped the power, and then ran to her room in the dark. But like
that would be the cherry on top of this.
That'd be crazy. I assumed it was like a coincidence, but he took advantage of the situation. Gotcha. He like sprinted down there. He didn't try and suss out the power. He ran down to that room, threw his towel off and ran into her bedroom, into the
well,
the bedroom.
right there. Okay. Like, okay, we've seen the crew before. This is the issue. We see the crew before. They go and they cuddle or whatever, you know, their little one night stands on the boat or whatever the hell happens in that crazy world. But they go in and whatever. We don't see someone without permission just jumping naked into someone's bed. We haven't seen Margot and Luke in bed before. We don't know that they've had a relationship or had been that close before. And then there he is just jumping in like that. I think that made it kind of even more inappropriate.
Yeah, 100%.
For sure. But, you know, while this is going on, we have a situation of our own with Laura, who just won't leave Adam alone all night. Where it was the crew nights out, and I don't know what is into her. It just... She called Luke her boyfriend. She's calling Adam baby, and now she wants to give him a massage. And I just don't know if she knows how this works.
Well,
you know,
and
like,
again, we have
really sure.
We have another person treating other people like objects. She didn't genuinely like him. She went for him because Luke told her no, and it won't be told no, and will get what she wants. Like. So it had nothing to do with, wow, I had a genuinely good connection with this guy. I really like him. I think it's like, nope, it was like, I will get what I want. And so if not you, then now you. And it's like,
I mean, how do you
saw that after when she was like, oh, Luke would have hopped in my bed, I would have been like, let's go, baby. It wasn't about the person. It's not ever about the person. It was everything to do with ownership and pride and being a shitty person.
Being a shitty person, so looking for the wrong kind of tip.
Let's unpack that. Bailey, tell us, like, so what happened? So Luke separated. Aisha goes to Captain Jason, says, hey, I need to talk to you, tells him what happened. To his credit, he immediately walks over, gets the room key, lets himself into the room, and says, buddy, you're going to a hotel tonight, and gets him right off the boat. No hesitation. No, what should we do?
You're still a danger.
Gets her off the boat. Gets him off the boat.